Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in this episode I'm going to be discussing the new adventures of Bernice Summerfield, Volume 8, The Eternity Club. But before I do, I'm recording this episode on the 17th of February 2026, and like the 4th and 8th Doctor, the 9th and 10th Doctor's ranges, I'm going to split Bernice Summerfield into two, because it's two different series that I've listened to. Hence I'm starting with Volume 8 because it's the first one I've listened to, and it's actually a really good starting point. I'll get onto that in a second, but yeah, it kind of is split, so I'm going to focus on each series separately instead of making it a longer episode and causing Matt to cry, because we don't want that. So we're starting off by looking at The Eternity Club 1, which was released in September 2024 and written by James Goss. From The Eternity Club onwards, kind of a new format for Bernice Summerfield, which, because this is the first Bernice Summerfield audio I'd listened to quite regularly anyway, that kind of initially they were 1 hour stories, whereas now they were kind of 4 releases, one released every month for 4 months, with 2 half-an-hour episodes in them. So here is the synopsis for The Eternity Club 1. Welcome to The Eternity Club, where a warm welcome awaits the universe's greatest explorers, a pace of mystery, intrigue and creeping danger. Professor Bernice Summerfield has finally been invited to join, but membership comes at a terrible price. We start off with the Armageddon chair. Bernice Summerfield is still settling in at the Eternity Club. Secretary Pym sends her on a quest enlisting help from Draconians, Sontarans, Dravins, and the club's enigmatic oldest member. We then have Triumph of the Dravin, an archaeological expedition led by a Dravin queen. What secrets has she uncovered in the forgotten deserts of Peru, and why are people dying? This release was recorded on the 3rd, 4th, 9th and 10th of October 2023, so nearly a year before it was released, and stars Lisa Bauman as Bernice Summerfield, Neemed Kuzmak as the oldest, Nicholas Grace as Secretary Pym, Simon Kane as 312, and Dan Starkey as Styles, who is the Centaur, and of course he would. So before I spoil the Eternity Club 1, here's the trailer.
From Big Finish Productions, Bernice Summerfield, The Eternity Club, The Armageddon Chair.
The Eternity Club. A club for the universe's greatest explorers. Oh, of course. Weren't you Professor Bernice Summerfield? Yes. Of course you were.
Oh, she is angry at the night, angry at the dark, angry at being alone. Santara never screams.
Be a brave little soldier.
I am a brave little soldier.
Professor, a word.
Oh, Secretary Pym, what now?
The members have complained about your appearance.
I fix their plumbing, I reboot their butlers, I keep their atmospheres intact. Isn't that enough?
Have you considered trying to fit in? Making yourself more popular?
They're still here.
And they're still hungry.
There are rumours that all is not well in the Eternity Club. A fine institution going to ruin. Why, they even let a human in.
That would be me.
Exactly.
Do you have a name? You seem familiar.
A name? Maybe it will come back to me. One day. And on that day, the death will return.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
That was the trailer for the new adventures of Bernice Summerfield Volume 8, The Eternity Club 1. So yeah, as I mentioned before, it is a good starting point, and I know that from personal experience, because the only other Bernice content that I'd heard was actually the first ever release. Oh no, it isn't, because it's a pantomime thing. And what else? The Ninth Doctor Adventures, Buried Threats story within that box set, Ancient History, which Lisa Bauman's Bernice Summerfield appears in, and she also appears in Dark Gallifrey, the War Master, and I think that was it. Yeah, but 2024. Bear in mind, she didn't particularly have much a range of herself for the large portion of the year. She did have quite a lot, and as it got from, especially when Dark Gallifrey, it was announced she was in Dark Gallifrey, the War Master, and obviously having her own series with the Eternity Club releasing between September and December 2024 that it felt like it was the year of Bernice Summerfield. But yeah, kind of, I think it was just must have been a scheduling thing, and they were all just came out at that time. They're obviously not recorded near each other, most likely. So yeah, both these stories are really good. The Armageddon chair kind of introduces us not only to Bernice, but to kind of Secretary Pym and 312 and Stahl and the Oldest and all of these different characters that we would meet and continue to explore over the Eternity Club and in the Dalek Eternity. Spoilers. But yeah, the Armageddon chair kind of is the story that focuses on 312, who I think is one of my favourite characters within the Eternity Club group, because he kind of is annoyed, but not like, he doesn't get angry or anything. He just stays at low level annoyed about silly things. So it's his chair that Bernice accidentally sits on. That's where it goes from, and she tries to make it up to him, and he asks her to do something for him. Ask her to do something for him, and he even is a bit like, oh, if it's too much trouble, don't worry about it, which would then annoy him. But she is Bernice insists on helping, and then Triumph of the Jarvin kind of is kind of Bernice basically being told off for most of the episode. But yeah, that kind of is it for the Eternity Club 1. So where do we go after the Eternity Club 1? Obviously, the Eternity Club 2, which was released in October 2024. This release was written by Tim Foley, and here's the synopsis. Welcome to the Eternity Club, where a warm welcome awaits the universe's greatest explorers, a pace of mystery, intrigue and creeping danger. We start off with Rhubarb. A small argument between a Sontaran and a Draconian escalates into an interstellar war. Who is manipulating events, and can Bernice Summerfield avert disaster? We then have please retain your ticket for the cloakroom. A threat emerges from deep inside the hidden depths of the Eternity Club. Professor Summerfield and Secretary Pym must voyage into the unknown. This episode was recorded on the 4th of October 2023 and stars Lisa Bauman as Bernice Summerfield, Neve Kozak, it's not that, but the kind of the cast I mentioned before as well. So obviously Nicholas Grace as Secretary Pym, Simon Kane as 312. We also introduce Shai Matheson as Professor Alstar in this story, who continues throughout the Eternity Club and the Dalek Eternity, as well as Dan Starkey as Star. So before I do spoil my thought, I'll let you know my thoughts on the New Adventures of Bernice Summerfield, Volume 8, The Eternity Club 2. Here's the trailer.
From Big Rhubarb Productions, Bernice Summerfield, The Eternity Club, Volume 2, Rhubarb.
I cannot believe this! Draconians do not get sick! I'll stand for this, no rhubarb! Rhubarb yourself from my rhubarb!
You honestly can't hear yourself.
I must rhubarb my associate again. It is time to declare war on Earth as rhubarb. For the glory of rhubarb! Santarans do not rhubarb. Rhubarb? Rhubarb, rhubarb, rhubarb.
Saying it over and over, some kind of verbal glitch. It's shoving all other words out of his head. I think this is the bigger situation here.
A bigger situation than an interplanetary conflict?
We stop the rhubarb, we stop the war.
They barb them all in the rhubarb. Rhubarb? Rhubarb?
Rhubarb. Rhubarb, rhubarb, rhubarb.
Rhubarb?
Rhubarb. Oh, rhubarb.
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 Rhubarb. Rhubarb. Rhubarb.
Big finish for the love of rhubarb.
That was the trailer for the Eternity Club 2, and yeah, kind of as you saw, the trailer focused more on the first story, Rhubarb, rather than please retain your ticket for the cloakroom. If I would say to just listen to one story from the set, I would suggest Rhubarb, but I'll get to that in a second. I'll talk about the other story, please retain your ticket for the cloakroom, which basically is Bernice requiring the help of Secretary Pym in that story, and Secretary Pym isn't like her or any of the other Eternity Club members who have been in conflicts before. He never has. He just is kind of a bit nervous with everything and is kind of focusing on more of the admin and administration tasks. So he kind of has no idea what's going on. His mind is blown by the stuff that that he sees when Bernice is kind of trying to help him deal with it all. But yeah, that's that one, which is a really good story. But Rhubarb, kind of, it's just fun. As you heard in the trailer, kind of what happens is a war is caused by an entity that is making everyone say rhubarb, which even Bernice gets sunk into towards the end of that story. Saying that obviously they're only half an hour episode, so obviously it isn't that long, but kind of that is kind of the highlight of the Eternity Club 2, maybe one of the highlights of the Entirety Club series. But now we move on to the Eternity Club 3, which was released in November 2024, this time back being written by James Goss, who obviously wrote the Eternity Club 1, with the following synopsis. I'm not going to read it again, but the same box set synopsis for the Eternity Club set, but here we have the synopsis for The Terrible Shame of a Tree. Missing for 1,000 years, the endless Auditorium has been found. Are the last survivors of the Lucrece still alive, and who is hunting for them? We then have Mr. Pym has an adventure. Secretary Pym has never left the Eternity Club. This will never do. Bernice Summerfield drags him on an expedition. What could possibly go wrong? So I might have actually confused episode 4, so the second episode in episode Eternity Club 2 and this one. But anyway, that's just the trailer. But without further ado, here is before I do spoil anything or misremember stuff, here's the trailer for the new adventures of Bernice Summerfield, Volume 8, The Eternity Club.
Oh dear, such a lot of running in your life.
You get used to it.
From Big Finish Productions, Bernice Summerfield, The Eternity Club, The Terrible Shame of a Tree, and Mr. Pym has an adventure.
It's the Endless Arboretum. Wow, you found it.
Yes.
Yes. That's it. That's been missing for centuries. Self-sustaining forest drifting through space for eternity. Isn't it beautiful?
Obviously. Loggers have found the Eternal Arboretum. How?
Right, let's get a move on. Buzzy, choppy.
Secretary Pym, we're going exploring. To the Shuttle Bay.
What? No!
Let's go adventuring. Your first alien world.
This is exploring?
More or less. We found a ruin. Now we're eating somewhere exotic. Then we go home. Baby steps.
I didn't know exploring would involve falling over so much. An awful lot's happened today. I've seen the sea, I've seen a sunset, I've found a ruin, I've built a gateway, I've met a creature from another dimension, I've been taken over by it, and now we're being chased by possessed butlers. Goodness.
It is too late to contain the threat, so it must be closed down.
Close down what?
This universe. It is the only way to stop the threat.
What threat?
It came through.
What came through?
A long time ago. The death. The death came through.
I think it's been in the Eternity Club ever since.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
The death.
That was a trailer for the new adventures of Bernice Summerfield, Volume 8, The Eternity Club 3, which obviously the kind of, I may have got some of the releases the wrong way around, because I think I kind of listened, the last time I listened to them, I think I did re-listen to the Eternity Club ready for its sequel series, The Dalek Eternity, which I'm covering in the next episode. But yeah, so I think that's why. But we start off with The Terrible Shame of a Tree, which is kind of is Derek the tree's time in the spotlight, as kind of that's what each episode of the Eternity Club seems to focus on Bernice meeting another member of that team, and it kind of helping Derek be watered and stay alive, basically. And then Mr. Pym has an adventure, which we heard a lot of in that trailer, some of in that trailer there, but a lot of the trailer was from that story, that kind of basically what I said before about Mr. Pym never being anywhere before, and kind of him being shocked. And he, even in the trailer, he lists out what he's faced today, and he can't really believe it, whereas Bernice just takes it in a stride because she's used to it. But now it's time for the finale of the new adventures of Bernice Summerfield, Volume 8, The Eternity Club, with The Eternity Club 4. which released in December 2024. Obviously follows on from the last three releases in September, October and November 2024. As I said, the Eternity Club for the finale to the Eternity Club series, forming the New Adventures of Bernice Summerfield Volume or Series 8, was released in December 24, and this release was written completely by Tim Foley, who wrote the Eternity Club 2, so between him and James Gunn, they kind of wrote the entirety of the Eternity Club together. There are more writers in its sequel series, The Dalek Eternity, which I will cover in the next episode. Let's read the synopsis for this finale. So we start off with Series 8, Episode 7, Sanctuary. A battle fleet has breached the defence of the Eternity Club, demanding the surrender of the Death. Only Bernice Summerfield knows what this is, and even she can't believe it. Then we have Series 8, Episode 8, titled Liturgy of Death. The Eternity Club has fallen. How long can the survivors endure? The time has come for 3 members to reveal their true identities. This episode was recorded on the 10th of October 2023 and stars Lisa Bauman as Bernice Summerfield, Dan Starkey as Stahl, Naya Eji Amdu as Grisella, Niam Kuzak as the oldest, Derek Elroy as Derek, Nicholas Grace as Secretary Pym, Simon Kane as 312, and Shane Masterson as Professor Alstor. So before I do spoil the events of the New Adventures of Bernice Summerfield Volume 8, The Eternity Club 4, here's the trailer.
From Big Finish Productions, Bernice Summerfield, The Eternity Club, Sanctuary and Liturgy of Death.
We are the liturgy of death. We are the word of the end. We exalt the absence most high.
I spotted something in the Maximus system just now. A large war fleet whose designs I do not recognize.
There is a small armada on a possible approach. I'll establish what is happening there.
We are coming for you. You know who that's referring to. I have written down every event, every atrocity that person has ever been part of.
In a manner of speaking, we cannot be sure of who the oldest is. We only know she does not belong here. The last survivor of their universe.
Let the final battle commence! Santa!
Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes right now and tell me you don't feel it. The fear.
Reveal yourself. Where is the master?
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
That was the trailer for the Eternity Club 4, which obviously wraps up and concludes the Eternity Club series that has formed the New Adventures of Bernice Summerfield Volume or Series or Season 8, whatever word you want to use. Yeah, kind of within that, and you kind of heard it there, that kind of for most of this series, and especially in this episode, Bernice believes that the oldest is the master. Now that isn't the case, or we're led to believe that that isn't the case. We don't know, because obviously the master, like the Doctor, can regenerate and is able to be so many different people that it could just be a version of the master that we never met on screen. But we are led to believe that this is something not connected to the master or the Doctor or anything like that. So yeah, but Bernice is kind of proven wrong, and kind of the finale of the Eternity Club finishes on a cliffhanger, which is then picked up right into the Dalek Eternity, which was released the year after, which I will talk about in the next episode. But yeah, kind of it's about this release, the Eternity Club 4 is about the Eternity Club being united and trying to defend their home, because even though at the start of the series they were all against Bernice has helped each of them, and it shows the progress of all of that over the last couple of Bernice Summerfield releases. But yeah, that's kind of it. So let me know what you thought of Bernice Summerfield, The Eternity Club, if you listened to it, my recap if you didn't, and without further ado, I will see you in a future episode of the podcast. See you then. Goodbye.